I'm happy to do it without winning. You probably know what I'm going to say anyway.
I'm afraid I do.
Yeah. Just take all my press conferences from the whole season, roll them into one, and that'll sum up today. Mike, do you want to start?
Go on then, Gary. It was a manful effort to the very end for your lads. They gave you everything you could have wanted.
Yeah, really proud of the performance, really. I think obviously a tough game, made tougher in the 22nd, I think, minute, where we went down to 10 men. And of course, from that moment, you know it's going to be really, really tough for us. I think disappointing that the 2 goals sort of come from headers, first contacts in the box. You wouldn't expect that to be the way that we would fall down today against the 10v11. But yeah, it's come out second half and not concede a goal and fight and create some decent moments as well. A couple of really big moments. The Cunha penalty shout, Doc marginally offside, really good goal, marginally offside. Cunha should score. Obviously, Cunha and Rayan should make sure that ends up in the goal. And then Pedro's free kick. So yeah, really proud. I think we knew how tough it was going to be in that second half for the lads with the emotion and the drive of Liverpool trying to finish in style in front of the Kop, and we managed to resist really, really well. So disappointed that it ended up being that, because we wanted to come here and have a really good game, but that was sort of taken away from us fairly early.
Yes. What for one last time, your VAR view today?
Yeah, no, I was disappointed with it. I thought, the ref had a really good view. Full speed, Nelson's fractionally late, lands on his foot, can definitely be a yellow card, so don't understand the need to get involved in it, really. You know, there's no sort of violence. They don't even, the VAR doesn't even pause it at the right place when he's watching it back. They pause it when Nelson's foot's really high, like in line with his shin, and he hasn't even made contact yet. He completely misses his shin and lands on his foot, so no need. There's no way VAR was brought in to get involved in things like that, where the ref has been really clear and that's a yellow card. I think most of football would agree it's a yellow card, probably a strong yellow card. Like if the ref had decided it was a red, I wouldn't expect VAR to get involved and overturn it back the other way. So I don't understand the need for it to get involved in that, really. And then obviously doesn't feel the need to get involved in the Cunha penalty one. So yeah, VAR. Not the technology's fault, obviously, but needs to be used better. I think no need to send Nelson off the pitch for that.
And holiday now, but has next season started in your head?
Yeah, the second half, really. I thought, spoke to the players about protecting our identity, really, which was going to be massively tested. You know, it was going to be tested anyway today around coming here, and, you know, they've got an awful lot of emotion and drive, and we need to still make sure that we show what we are. And had some really good moments, even with 10 men, with the ball at Anfield. Some unbelievable performances, Shell Gomez and Mario, and some others, Booba when he came on. And, you look at Pedro when he comes on for 15 minutes and you see what you've missed since basically October. What a difference he would have made to us if we could have had him for longer.
You said you'd get him back, even if it was for the last game.
Yeah.
You said you'd get him back, and the players got to want to be back.
Yeah, no, he wanted to get back, he did. I thought you sometimes underestimate, like you get used to not having him. So obviously I've got used to not having him for so long now. And even when he was back, we were sort of managing him a little bit. So it feels like sort of Newcastle at home since I've seen the real free flow in Pedro. And I started to see that in training this week, and it just sort of, shows you what really you have missed as a group. But fair play to the players to fight like they did second half and resist and still have some, they played some unbelievable football at times, managed to cut through a couple of times, and so really pleased with what they produced. Disappointed that it ends on a loss, but as I say, when you're down to 10 men and you're 2-0 down, what you can gain out of the day is standing up and fighting and protecting what we work for, and we leave with that intact. Really, really, really positive. Yes.
Can I ask about the penalty?
Yeah.
Did you saw you and your bench
speaking to the fourth official, did you feel it was?
I haven't watched it back quite clearly. I thought Van Dijk got lucky because I thought Cunha got across him. Normally, if they're side to side and there's contact, you obviously expect that not to be given. But I thought Cunha got the wrong side of Van Dijk, and then if you put an arm on him at that point, you run a real risk of giving a penalty. So, I thought we had a real good shout for one there. That it may be deemed as soft when people look at it, and when I look at it back, but I thought it was a decent shout. And obviously, once the ref doesn't give it, you're fairly sure it's not going to be overturned. So, the game was pretty much done when they sent Nelson off, and then we conceded two bad goals, which was my only criticism of the lads when I spoke to them in there. Really, it's like McAllister scoring from a header, can't happen. Not winning the first contact from a corner, like little bits like that. Like if they cut us open because they've got an extra man and they score a great goal, and then, but not to concede like that really. So that was the only disappointing part, but. Very proud, as I said, of what they managed to produce. So
just ask, this week, obviously, with the club have been outspoken about their stance on VAR. When you're saying the footage isn't being used properly for the replay, does this kind of reinforce that view?
Yeah, I think there must just be real confusion. I think for everybody. And I would guess that runs into the officials as well, because this is clear and obvious, and the threshold that it needs to meet. So hard to know. I wouldn't know if I was sat there watching it and someone said, "Oh, does that meet the threshold?" I don't know. This looks like a yellow card to me. I think it's. I would imagine it's tough, but they have to get better at it. So this season's been completely unacceptable from an officiating point of view. I think terrible. One of the, we used to moan about referees when I played. Like you'd always have a gripe or something, but you knew it was live and you knew that there was like things moving quickly. For them not to be able to show the intelligence that if I watch this in slow motion, it's probably going to look worse. Do you know what I mean? So like, take that into account. Firstly, take into the account where the referee is, his view. Do I need to get involved here? I thought VAR was brought in for things like Thierry Henry's handball against Republic of Ireland, where like the referee just blatantly misses something, and it's like, oh, we can help with that. We've all seen it. We can help. Not for Nelson standing on someone's foot, and is it deemed slightly reckless or dangerous or not? So, really disappointed with the officiating this season. I think it's been really poor. I'll be accused of moaning about it constantly because unfortunately it seems to happen to us quite a lot, and I get asked about it a lot. I'm not moaning. I accept our points tally. I accept that I'm responsible for the points tally. 46, which is still not bad. But for the whole league, not just for Wolves, the level of officiating has to be better.
Gary, just check on Pablo Sarabia first of all on his injury. You mentioned you're down for.
Yeah, small injury, nothing serious. Will be fine for pre-season. No problem at all. So, and I'm thinking maybe, not sure. He's obviously potential tournament in the summer. Don't know if he'll be in or not, but he would be fine for that as well. I think with the fairly minor.
A lot of made Pablo and Nelson being on 1-year contracts going to Sun. Is it potentially likely we might see the last of the Wolves showing we're desperate to keep Nelson in particular?
Yeah, no, I hope we haven't. Obviously, the referees tried to increase the chances of us seeing the last of Nelson because he has to serve a 3-game ban, which hopefully, we'll look at it. It looks appealable to me, but we'll have a look. Even you would think the on-field referee would agree that it's appealable because he gave a yellow. So we'll have a look at it. But no, Pablo's done well this season because he had to adapt. If you look at the Premier League and the physicality of it and the type of player, he worked his socks off to adapt and fit in because he's obviously sort of a luxury number 10 that doesn't have massive pace and power. And he worked his socks off when I first come in to find a way to fit within the structure and change what he does. So fair play to him and to the coaching staff and everyone for maximising Pablo and his performances this year. Nelson Semedo is massive to us, huge. So yeah, desperate for him to stay beyond his year, and hopefully the club can get something sorted with him. I know he's had a fantastic season, but if we want to be really serious about keeping our best players and ones that sort of represent me as well in their sort of the way they perform and the way they are, Nelson is huge to us. So hopefully we can keep him for longer.
As far as you're aware, is that something Nelson's open to as well?
I haven't spoken. I know he's happy here, really happy. He's loved this season. I think he says it's probably the best season he's ever had. So yeah, I mean, you never know, do you? If Barcelona ring, or man, he's already been there, but somewhere else, Real Madrid or Manchester City, or he's a footballer who wants to achieve and play at the highest level. But apart from anything crazy like that, I know he likes it here. I know he likes the group. I know he likes working with the staff. He knows how much we appreciate what he does. So, yeah, I don't think he would be against staying around.
There's been a lot of talk about Che Adams at Southampton as well. Would you expect him to be the first line of the summer? Oh,
I don't know. I think, he's still under contract at Southampton. Southampton have got a massive game to play. They'll be the first ones to decide what happens with Che, I would guess, and Che himself. So I've had lots of names. We've been going through a lot of recruitment options. So no, Che isn't one that's sort of like, your question's probably not overly accurate at this moment. Like Che is a name that I've heard sort of bandied around, but not by anybody in the football club, or nothing going on with it really. Just obviously we know he's out of contract. We know he's a number 9, so I understand the fact that we'll be linked to him with sort of the financial restraints that we have. So trying to find good number 9s for not a lot of money. So no, lots to be done over the summer on transfers.
Just finally, obviously aware of the financial situation, so we've spoken a lot about that. Is that the sort of market without selling a player that you'd be looking at, free agents, loans, those kind of back market?
Yeah, it depends what we can do, obviously, with the group. I think I've never been at a football club with so many players out on loan, trying to figure out who's coming back for pre-season and where they all are, and there's loads of them out. So obviously maybe some recruitment in the last few years has been sometimes really successful, and obviously sometimes not, because a lot of the players that we've signed in the past are ended up not being able to help us and are out playing for other teams, which is never the ideal. So we need to tidy all of that up. That's a really important part of pre-season for us, is who's coming back, who's with us, who doesn't want to be with us. Then fine, no problem. We get the best price we can for them, and we look to reinvest it. So that sort of part of the puzzle will be really important. The loan players coming back and which ones will want to fully commit to playing for Wolves. And I spoke about it early, really, around it should mean something. And I know it does to the fans. Like, for me, you have to earn the right to play for Wolves. It's not like and some people didn't, and that's why some people aren't here, and some people have moved on, and people will question me around, could he have kept them around? Would it have helped? No, wouldn't have helped. Definitely wouldn't have helped. We're much better off without them. So people were moved out for the better of the club, for the better of the team, for the better of the culture. And hopefully the supporters can trust my judgment in that. I only want people here that are willing to do that in the second half, people that I can trust to do that. So it's important that, recruitment understand that that's important to us now, and we'll be signing the right type, definitely. All right.
Brilliant.
All right. Oh, no, thank you guys. You've been kind to me. No one's asked for me to be...